That's a Quigley win.
All right, yeah, it's your boy Dave from the 408, broadcasting to you all the way from Las Vegas with my homeboy Philly Irish True Evil. We are watching the fight. It's underway. We have some technical difficulties. Whoever joins us, hey, I appreciate it. Just come kick it with you guys. Drew, what's up, man? We'll hammer out this new stuff, man. But I'm glad you were able to get this Berlanga fight. Did you get to pay attention to round one so far?
Yeah, I got Quigley winning the first round. He nailed him good. Belanga didn't really do much in the first round, so I gave it to I gave it to Quigley.
All right. If you guys do want to call in, guys, I did not set up the phone line, but feel free to chat, comment. This is just a spontaneous thing. Drew and I are working on some new tech. As you guys can see, I set up the new, working on the new studio here. But Drew, you said Quigley had a nice first round. That's what I heard too. Obviously, we got to have the audio down. But I think, I had said it on the roundtable this week with D-Style and Joe Habib that I think that if Quigley can take him late, he's got definitely enough boxing fundamentals to outbox Berlanga. I'm not that impressed with Berlanga's progression in his boxing as far as technically. Now, he does have them heavy hands, and Quigley's been dropped by Boo Boo Andrade, so he's got to stay away from Berlanga's right hand. And you could see the size. What do you think of Quigley's size, man? You think he's cut out for this weight class?
Pretty much. He can win it. He's pretty much good for this weight class. The only issue is he gonna be able to do this long term with as much as he fights and everything because he was knocked out by Boo Boo Andre
Right, early too.
early too. But the thing about it is, his top win was really against Shane Mosley Jr. That was
Yeah.
his best win.
And Shea
So
Mosley's dramatically improved. He just had a fantastic highlight KO just about a week ago. Shout out to official LDBC rep Charlo Gang for joining us. I haven't seen his name here in the chat, but that's so far who's joining us, Drew. I don't even have my phone on me because I gave my phone to my wife so she could watch the fight simultaneously too. But feel free to share this, Drew, and anybody who's watching this. Shout out to the Sicilian heavyweight, man, who got the stoppage win over the Polish fighter Kanowski, who's a tough live dog, man. And it looks like it might be the end of the ropes for Kanowski, Drew. Drew, can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
All right, Berlanga's starting to get in rhythm here, and he's looking a lot better. You can see the size difference, but is he going to land clean shots?
He can. Quigley can be hit. That's the one thing about it is, but the main thing is this is a big step in competition for Belanga. So far he hasn't handled it well, but he is starting to get into rhythm.
Yeah, Drew, and you mentioned a step up in competition as Berlanga's contract just kind of went up in smoke with Top Rank and Bob Arum. Kind of seen the writing on the wall with his poor performances when he was, on ESPN as the headliner. Here he finds himself as the headliner against the tough Irishman Quigley. Will he land these heavy shots? And I was just saying, Drew, shout out to the Sicilian fighter who stopped Kunowski. Not an easy task, and it was a fantastic back and forth heavyweight fight. I got to give props to, is it Matchroom who's putting this event on, Drew?
Yeah, Matchroom.
All right.
Matchroom fight.
Well, I mean, they did a good job of, this is a New York audience, and they did, I think, a fantastic job of getting, so a great combination of fighters. They had the Polish fighter. They had a Sicilian-born fighter out of New York, just like Paulie Malignaggi. And then in this main event, they got Puerto Rico versus Ireland. Shout out to Chicano Prophet. Hey, man, I was just catching your show on replay. I appreciate you. Al Chile is in the house. And in fact, you know what? I'm going to drop the interview link momentarily because if you want to guys chime in, I did not set up my phone line for this one. Drew and I just thought we would test out some new stuff. I've been working on my little office space, as you can see. I set this shit up a little bit differently. I got this nice logo in the background. All right. Drew, Berlanga's having success with this jab, which is something we haven't typically seen there. Of course, they're going to show he's the favorite here with Eddie Hearn, so they're going to show his highlights, what he did. But how'd you feel about round two? Another one in the books for Quigley or Berlanga?
I slightly gave that to Belanga.
All right. I got it the same way right now. Shout out to Hamed for joining us. Appreciate you, brother. Hamed's in the room. Drew and I both have this 1 round apiece as we enter the 3rd round, and Quigley trying to set up some nice stuff. Nice little shot to the torso of Berlanga. So far, it's back and forth action. It's looking pretty good, man. Yeah, Hamed Kanowski's lost again. I wonder if that's the end of the rope for him. This is a guy, Kanowski, who can take some punishment. But he's taken a lot of punishment in his professional career. And Drew, you remember the heavyweight fight some years back in New York where I'm not sure if he was Russian or Ukrainian, but that heavyweight fighter, because they delayed his medical care and sending him to the hospital.
Yeah, he's Russian.
Yeah. His life was pretty much ruined. He ended up being disabled and suffering from severe brain damage. So the New York Athletic Commission, they don't play around now, man. And so I've got to give him credit.
He just nailed Belanga.
It looked like a nice clean shot there. A nice clean shot. Shout out to everybody who's just going to just hop in. I know you guys are watching the feed and listening. You know, the zone's nasty. You can't play even the audio.
Like, here's the thing. Belanga's having success with the jab, but he cannot block that overhand left. That's the one thing he's having trouble. It's hitting him. It's getting to him. Quigley's having success with it. He's getting his attention, but he's continuing to just jab Belanga. But I see it as going. Right now. This is a Jason Quigley round.
Okay, as we are halfway through the 3rd round of the action here, it looks very evenly matched. And I think the Showtime main event is getting underway. SRT Live, shout out to you, homeboy. Appreciate you for coming in. I just want to let you know, man, I have been watching your videos, and I appreciate all the hot rods and I saw that Infinity video you put up, and I used to have that car, and I was reminiscing about it, my G37 that my wife and I had. But that was a great car, the G37. But to see, was that a Chevy engine modified inside an Infinity? That shit was crazy. So I appreciate it. Everyone go check out SRT Live if you're into muscle cars, classic cars, performance cars, Mopar. Go check out my homeboy SRT Live. We are now approaching the last 30 seconds of this New York action. Homeboy Packables in the room, man. Shout out to you. Happy Saturday, and your lovely wife, Lovelight. Appreciate you for coming by to say, what the dude?
Quigley got knocked down.
He got knocked down just like, what was it? Bubu Andrade stopped him in the 3rd round. I predicted that Berlanga would come away with this victory. He's saved by the bell. I did say that he would come away with the victory just because I think Quigley can box, but clearly the ring activity, the rust, Drew, he's in a bad spot right now, man. His chin has failed him, and hopefully he can recover in this minute, or it might be a short night. But I think that's the key here, is that Eddie Hearn saw something, Drew, in Quigley being inactive for over a year, being stopped in his last performance, that he can't take heavy hands, and also moving up in weight, right? Didn't he fight?
Yeah, I think he moved up in weight. But here's the thing. It was a flash knockdown. He got up from it. So it looked like it was a flash knockdown.
Yeah, I want to point out, if you're not watching this fight, but in New York, we were just talking about the New York Athletic Commission, Drew. They got 2 doctors looking at Quigley, like right now I mean, he's not hurt to the point where he can't continue at all. That was a nice, clean hook.
That was actually a push to the ropes, and that was a push, but okay.
Chicano Prophet with the Irish flags. As we go into the 4th round, will this be a short fight so we can all go and watch the Showtime event? Drew, your boy from Philadelphia, is in that main event, and I think it just got started underway, and I don't have a TV or another one to watch that one. I'll have to go watch that as soon as this one is over. But I'm interested in the Berlanga fight. I think a lot of you guys are too, because we just had the big news this weekend, and my boy Chicano Prophet pointed it out, that this PBC contract that Canelo Alvarez signed is extensive, Drew. 3 fights, reportedly.
Yeah.
And it don't look like Berlanga's going to get that with a 3-fight deal. Berlanga's going to have to fight and win 3 times in a row to even remain in contention for an opportunity at super middleweight to get a dream fight with Canelo Alvarez. He's really going to have to come up with 3 big wins on his own. Tonight could be number 1, as Quigley seems to be back. He's back. He's working it. He's obviously, now he's tasted Berlanga's power. He's going to have to be very careful and keep at the perfect range here, which I think he's doing a much better job. But what do you say, guys? If you're watching this fight live, is Jason Quigley from Ireland doing a better job after being knocked down in that third round momentarily? Yeah, don't forget to hit that jab, that like. I appreciate you guys. Me and Drew are just testing this out. This is rather a last minute thing. Been working on my office. It's been a dream of mine. I've been podcasting with Drew basically in my living room, dining room for years. And I got a dedicated space here. And Drew, a very nice one too. What do you think about that, man? It's Quigley.
Look, I don't know. He's trying to get himself back into it, but I think he's going to have to start taking risk eventually, because it's going about to be round 5 soon, and he may be down 3 rounds to 1 on my card.
Yeah, actually, Chicano Prophet says Quigley is just fighting to survive at this point. Well, I hope he tries to win. This is a long fight. This is a 12-round fight. There is no titles, obviously. Canelo has all of them. 12 rounds for a what looks to be a sold-out Madison Square Garden crowd. But I got a feeling this shit ain't going all 12 rounds, man. We'll see if Belanga can come out with a huge statement.
He did counter. Quickly counter Belanga.
Okay. And Belanga fires back.
Back in the middle of the wing.
Well, those were good shots. I expect that, man. It's not like I was just saying Berlanga can be outboxed, but do you have enough power to keep him off you to respect your power so he's not threatening and countering back with his own shots?
Quigley's going to have to start setting traps up.
Yeah. And a 4th round ends. Quigley avoided any serious damage. Dan, what do you guys think about this fight? Obviously, you know, YouTube fighting and influencer fighting has come a long way in the two to 3 years since Jake Paul brothers started, Drew. But I seen a video of Diaz, and you know Diaz is from the 209 Stockton area, and I'm from a Bay Area originally, Drew. I'm not impressed with Diaz's training, bro. He's got to come down from 220. There's a Brazilian fighter named Falcao. Or Falcao, I think was his name. I hope that's the one I'm quoting correctly, man. But he did 12 rounds of sparring with Nate Diaz, and he said homeboy looked like he was going to fucking die. That after a few rounds, he looked like he was going to die. And he said, I feel bad for the guy because he says, I don't see how he's going to come down from 220 pounds, which he said he sparred him. He was at 220, and this fight's at 185, bro. That's fucking insane. That is a lot of weight to lose. For Diaz, it looks like the fight's going to be on the scale. It's going to be actually just getting down to the weight. And we'll see what kind of performance he can put on. But we get into action here. We're in the 5th round now. Jason Quigley fighting off the back foot as Berlanga is working off a high guard at times. All right, not that Chris Mannix's scorecard matters for anything, but he's got Berlanga up by just 1 point. Berlanga landing a clean and effective jab there. As Quigley fighting off the back foot often, man. Now Berlanga's putting on the pressure, and he just landed a nice right hand. Quigley being forced against the ropes, Drew. You think he's trying to fight off the ropes here? This is a bad place for him to be in, if you ask me.
Yeah.
He just landed. Two. And he just busted up Quigley's nose.
I don't understand why he's on the ropes. I don't understand why Andy Leeds tell him to go on the ropes or anything. Oh, nice 1-2 by Quigley.
Damn.
He is moving. Quigley is moving to try to bop his head a little bit, and he landed a nice couple cut punches. Belanga's not flowing, but Quigley is, and Quigley is landing off the ropes. Now he's back in the middle of the ring. Belanga's clinching a little bit. Quigley nails it right. Nice hook to nails by Quigley. Belanga misses with the hook.
It looked like Berlanga just landed a nice right hand, though, as Quigley resets himself. And Quigley's working now with what appears to be a broken nose. Blood is pouring out of his nose now in round number 5. Yeah, that's going to make it difficult. We'll see what kind of injury he has to his nose, but it may make it an even tougher challenge now for the final 7 rounds for him if he can't breathe out of that one nostril.
Quigley is trying to neutralize the jab a little bit to make Belanga use energy up.
Yeah, wasn't Quigley signed to Oscar at
Ooh,
one point? The Golden Boy, wasn't he a Golden Boy top prospect?
nah, I don't think he was with Golden Boy. I think he was just somebody.
Oh, big
There's a
slip.
slip.
Big
That's
slip
a
there.
slip. That was a slip.
No, they counted that as a knockdown, the second knockdown in the fight. Quigley is going to have to dig himself out of a deep hole now. It's only round 5, and he's been dropped twice.
That was a slip. I don't know why. How the hell
Uh,
you didn't call it a slip?
yeah, actually, it did look like feet were tangled up or he slipped on some wet surfaces here. Man, yeah, I agree with Chicano Prophet who says Quigley needs to win some rounds. He's in a big deficit at this moment. And the round ends as we go into the 6th round here. We're going to see if the doctors are coming back up. We see 3 New York State Athletic Commissioners. Drew, it looks like they stopped the fight early. They stopped one of the fights earlier today. They're being kind of aggressive, not wanting to have any fighters be, seriously injured tonight.
I just don't understand why is he getting on the if he's staying on the ropes for. That's the one thing. Get him. You guys get him in the middle of the ropes. Try to tire Belanga out. Try to get his stamina and everything. Crushing his stamina a little bit. Belanga's been inactive, also. So maybe it's time to see if he has a gas tank or not.
Yo, that
That was
was weird. That
that
was
was
very. That appeared to be a slip. I'm going to have to watch that later. But at this point, it really doesn't matter because not only has he been knocked down twice on the judges' scorecards, but he's maybe only won 1 or 2 rounds at most as we go into the 6th round. Jason Quigley and Edgar Berlanga from New York City against the Irishman in a sold-out Madison Square Garden looking crowd. Hey, anybody know if Amilcar Maestro is there? He's at all the big fights in the Madison Square Garden. Him and Kenny went to go see this fight. I'm sure they're there. Drew,
he's just keeping a guard up.
yeah, Berlanga seems to be doing all right. Shout out to Bella Bling. Thank you for joining me. Come on, Quigley, do it for your homie, Drew. She says, you know what, man? Sicilian people can fight, man. Big fan. Shout out to my Sicilian wife, man. She hits pretty fucking hard. It says the heavyweight who defeated Kunowski earlier tonight. He can crack pretty hard, too. All right, man. Jason Quigley is up against the ropes as they clinch, Drew. It didn't look like Berlanga took advantage of that. I've seen, Berlanga fade. We've seen him fade. Is one of the reasons why Bob Arum at Top Rank was so, blasé about keeping him on. These kind of like, you've seen him fade in the 6th round, just kind of gas out and lower his offensive output, Drew. I think we're seeing that now.
And this is where you need to take advantage of Belanga and everything. While his output's low because he's trying to rest himself. And this is where he needs to go for broke and come at him.
Yeah, well, Berlanga obviously has power. Right now in the 6th round, I'm seeing even his legs. His legs are slowing down a bit. And now that we know that Canelo Alvarez is going to be going over to PBC for potentially this 3-fight deal, the question on my mind tonight is if we see Edgar Berlanga get an impressive KO finish, what big stars are available at the zone, other than Jaime Munguia, who just put in a rather incredible performance, one where he threw, hundreds of punches, maybe approaching 1,000. He can throw a lot of fucking punches, Jaime Munguia. True. So the fight I think that has a lot of potential to be made is Edgar Berlanga versus Jaime Munguia at 168. And I don't think it looks good. I don't think it looks good for Berlanga if he gets that fight.
Nah, but here's the thing. I don't think Eddie will make that fight because there's still more money to be made with Belanga.
You think they're going to marinate on that one for a couple of fights?
They might do that. He might do that. But here's the thing. Wow, that got his attention. That got Belanga's attention.
Okay, Quigley with some nice bombs, 2 right-hand bombs as we end that 6th round. And Drew, you were just saying, man, this was a perfect time for Quigley to step on the gas as Berlanga seems to be taking a round off. You know, could be just taking a round off. He knows he's comfortably up ahead. And now they're talking to Berlanga, and Berlanga's straight up mouth breathing.
Yeah, so I'm looking at it like this. Matchroom is in trouble right now. They lost Canelo. They don't really have anybody except for Joshua.
Oh,
And
that
maybe
was a nice right hand. Sorry.
Rodriguez, Sonny Edwards. That fight's been made official. That's the only 3 fighters they got that can really promote and everything. So I wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these own subscribers cancel their subscription since Canelo's not going to be on there anymore. And like Eddie Hearn said, I can't get Canelo fights no more.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, Drew. I had the worst freaking times putting DAZN. I'm watching DAZN as I broadcast with you on my iMac, but I was like shut out of my DAZN account as we get into round 7. I was shut out of my DAZN account on this iMac because they got some new bullshit that says you can only have X amount of devices registered, and then it made me like unregistered. It wasn't even. Berlanga may have just hurt.
Belanga good, but Belanga Nelson another punch back.
Yeah, this is a good round. We're getting some good action back and forth. Yeah, Berlanga's looking to. Oh, and Quigley lands a nice right hand.
2-punch combination. Catch him again coming in.
Yeah, as he caught him in at the end of that last round with a very clean shot to the chin, as Chicano Prophet had mentioned earlier. It's time for Quigley to step it up and see if he could land and question that chin of Berlanga. Oh, Berlanga misses with that overhand right hand. Quigley looking to be a little bit more patient.
Jab to the body. Ooh, goes with the hook. Quigley.
Yeah, as you know, I was thinking, shit, maybe Quigley wouldn't make it out of the mid rounds, but now it looks like the tide may be shifting a little bit as Quigley is landing his shots.
Quigley is nailed another punch. Good.
Berlanga got hurt.
Berlanga.
Berlanga got stumbled on that counter shot by Jason Quigley, the Irishman. And he took a heavy shot from Quigley in that last round, and he's not so sharp.
Quigley is countering him and catching him. He wants him to. Quigley is waiting on the inexperience of Belanga now. The inexperience of Belanga is kicking in, and Quigley's taking advantage of it.
Yeah, this is a very good round for Jason Quigley, but we still have about a minute left here in the 7th round. Can Edgar Berlanga bounce back to steal this round with some heavy shots? The clean shots seem to really have favored Quigley here.
Another clean shot. Another nice shot.
Yeah.
Belanga shakes it off. Belanga is bleeding heavily by the mouth now.
All right, Berlanga's trying to work him up against the ropes, but Jason Quigley doing a nice job of using his legs to get out of danger. As I say that now, Quigley
a nice counter by Quigley. This is clearly a Quigley round.
This could be the best round. All right. Berlanga landed a couple of left hooks though, and Quigley's nose is bleeding again profusely, and it just looks like Berlanga just clipped him on the right side of his temple. Will this be a swing round?
I clearly gave it to Quigley. I had Quigley winning 3 rounds so far.
Berlanga's corner sounds like Teofimo Sr. says official LDBC. Well, man, I can't even turn up the audio on this one, otherwise we'd get a copyright strike. I really can't hear, but he looks, Quigley's, he's mouth breathing a little bit, but he seems to be mentally all there. They're stopping the bleeding out of that right nostril. He's listening to the instruction. He had a much better round, probably his best round, as you see some of these counters he landed. Some of them weren't flush, some of them were. There we had a beautiful uppercut and a right hook, but Berlanga clipped Quigley with that. Man, you see the sweat come off people's face when they get cracked like that. Oh, the exchanged hooks, Drew. That was a great replay there as they both exchanged hooks in that last round as we move right into the 8th round of a 12 rounder. Hey, there you go, man.
Let me make sure this is charging because I got my phone to charger here.
Yeah, yeah.
Because we got issues with the audio on my laptop, on my new laptop.
You know what's crazy? Drew and I were working out some kinks. We wanted to go live when the fight started, but I'm not sure if that laptop even looks as good as your iPhone, Drew, to be honest, man. It's crazy how good iPhones have gotten these days.
So, let me see.
All right, we're in the 8th round now. 2 minutes into the 8th round. Belanga seems to be trying to control the pace in the 8th round, snapping the head back at Jason Quigley with that jab. All right, Drew, see if you can move your camera just a little bit down. There you go. Yeah, what do you think, Drew, man? Has Berlanga improved at least with his jab?
He's starting to get the jab going again now, but he's got to be able, like he's got to balance out his brief. Oh, he got caught too, Belanga, in that combination, but he's got to be able to control the pace now because he's breathing heavily, Belanga still, and he's still got 4 more rounds to go, so he's gonna have to pace himself more, and that means Quigley's gonna have more opportunities.
Right.
So this is the time where Quigley should start going, start trying to get some combinations in and everything, make it uncomfortable for Belanga, and let's see where he goes from there. But he is racking up rounds, and these rounds can really predict whether or not this fight goes to a draw or a win for Quigley.
Both of
Because
these guys, yeah.
Quigley's not out for a decision win yet.
Both of these guys are really establishing their jab in this round. This round's been all about the jab and who wins the battle of the fencing. But Quigley's feet, much better than Berlanga's feet.
This is a swing round so far. But here's the thing. Quigley is nailing the more effective punches in this round. Belanga's just getting that jab game going, but Quigley is nailing the more effective punches. Other than that one punch Belanga just landed not long ago. But other than that, I would give this to Quigley this round.
All right, as Jason Quigley finds himself up against the ropes, but moving quickly out of there. Berlanga misses wildly as they trade hooks.
He got counter too, Quigley. No, Quigley got the counter.
Did he? So it looks like they both exchanged hooks at the end of that round, dude. And that could have been either way a swing round. Depends on how you like it. They really try to fight off the jab. Quigley seemed to land some nice shots. I may give that one to Quigley. And Drew, I'm excited about this fight because Ortiz Jr. versus Stanionis for the regular WBA belt. The WBA belt. By the way, Drew, I sent you that pic of a homeboy of mine who's a big live streamer out here in Las Vegas. And I showed you that he was wearing the mariachi sombrero. And last night, he ran into Rolando Romero, the WBA 140-pound champion, on Fremont Street. And this same friend of mine who's a big live streamer, I won't say his name, was thrown out of TMT for coming in to film Raleigh before his 140-pound fight that he won. He was training. And he was thrown out of TMT for coming in filming without permission. Thrown out by Raleigh Romero. And Raleigh, not even remembering the face, ends up on my homeboy's YouTube channel partying with him and taking the sombrero off of my friend and dancing around on camera last night on downtown Fremont. Pretty funny highlight clip. I'm going to see if I can get my friend on there to show that clip. Or maybe I'll show it, man. I think that was pretty funny. But the WBA belt, regular belt, Stanionis versus Virgil Ortiz is finally going to happen as we get now into the 9th round, 30 seconds into it.
This is a close fight now.
You think Quigley's rallied back after the 6? How do you guys feel, those few people that are hanging out with us?
I think the only thing that Quigley's, here's the thing. If it wasn't for the knockdowns, this fight is even. I just think he's rallied back from it. But other than the knockdowns, this fight isn't even.
Whoa, I just lost Drew. Says guest has muted themselves. Drew, actually, you're probably still connected, but you have to unmute the camera. There you go. You're back.
I'm getting a call. That's why.
Oh, shit. Okay, 58 punches landed for Berlanga, 32 through round 9. This is what I kind of expected. You kind of expect Berlanga, who has a track history of fading into the late rounds, but he built a comfortably lead with those 2 knockdowns. Whether or not Quigley's going to be able to score a knockdown of his own, I'm not sure how he wins this fight, even if he can pull away the next 9, 10, 11, 12 on the scorecards by boxing. But he is doing a decent job of keeping the appropriate distance from Berlanga with his own jab and with his feet. He's staying out of danger as much as possible after those 2 knockdowns. One of them may have been not a knockdown. One of them could have been a slip.
Yeah, but he's counting Belanga too, so that's the one thing he's getting when he's coming in close. So, nice body shot by Quigley.
That was a nice body shot right to the midsection. He's landed that shot more than once tonight, Drew. It seems to get the attention, stop Berlanga. And he might want to invest in that, even though it's late into the fight. He might want to invest, keep going to the body, and see if he could set up a shot up top. He did land that right hand to Berlanga's chin cleanly, and they exchange hooks.
They both hit each other. Looks like Quigley took the worst of it.
Yeah, he did. The heavier hand clearly for Berlanga, but you know what? They've exchanged those hooks more than once tonight, and it seems to favor Berlanga's heavier hands. So I'm not sure if Quigley wants to keep doing that in the next 10, 11, 12 rounds, man. That might not work out for him if he gets hit flush.
Ooh! That could have been disaster for Belanga if he got nailed with it.
All right, now we're getting into the championship rounds. This is we're about to get into round 10, right?
Yeah.
All right, Berlanga's listening to his instruction. He's breathing a lot better than that going into that 6th round now. He looks calm. Chicano says, not that it's close. Yeah, I'm not sure this fight is close, man, but it actually, it's fun watching Edgar Berlanga get tested. It's not like he has huge names on his resume. This is a guy who's moved over to Matchroom with big ambitions of fighting the cash cow, Canelo Alvarez. Some might say he took the opportunity with Matchroom instantly, knowing Eddie Hearn's prior relationship with Canelo, hoping to land that big Canelo payday lottery ticket, but no dice as Canelo Alvarez moves on to PBC for a potential 3-fight deal as they work out the logistics. We get into the 10th round. We've got comfortably up Berlanga, but here and there, Quigley is making a nice account for himself, working off his jab, setting up the right appropriate distance. And here we see him trying to back up Edgar Berlanga with a 1-2. Where did Drew go? He couldn't face the outcome. Well, Chicano, this is an impromptu Saturday night stream. It's starting to get hot in Las Vegas, so we'll see if we're going to head out and party right after this and go out and enjoy the evening, because coming up in the next few weeks, it's going to hit triple digits, and I'll be basically hibernating from the heat as we go into the 10th round with just 2 minutes left. The referee telling him to keep it clean, keep them hands up. Quigley getting nailed by Berlanga's jab. Quigley doing the best he can to establish his jab to keep Edgar Berlanga's heavy hands off him. All right, we're going to see the jabs landed through round 9 is 43 for Berlanga, and Quigley not too bad with 41. This has been a good fight where both guys are trying to establish and work off the jab. Something that we didn't see early on in Berlanga's career over at Top Rank ESPN, because they seem to always match him up with soft opposition. Now tonight, he's really being forced to, with an international talent like Quigley, to use his jab. It's been effective, Drew. Nah, Chicano, Dave is not going to have those nice barrier summers anymore. I am not. But, this June has been nice to me, Chicano. June has been very nice in Las Vegas. But I'm coming into July, and the triple digits are coming, bro. So It's a good thing right now my AC is blasting and it's keeping this house cool, nice and cool. All right, Drew, you didn't miss much. Quigley lands a nice little body shot.
Yeah, he does right there. That last round I gave Quigley that last round also. So this is a real close fight. I think the only thing that's kept Belanga ahead is the knockdowns.
You see
But
Quigley
if he
backing up.
wins this round, I have him winning on my card if he wins this card.
All right,
If he wins
Berlanga
this
just
round.
landed a nice little right hand shot, not completely flush, but a nice little right hand flush as Quigley was on his bicycle. Yeah, earlier Chicano pointed out, man, that Quigley was would appear to be in survival mode. Drew, what does Quigley got to do here, man? 10, 11, 12. Just
He's got to win the rounds. He's got to really take advantage of this because this is a close fight.
this wasn't a
He
round.
he let he let him back into this fight. Belanga let him back in this fight because he doesn't have a gas tank, and the thing about it is his inexperience is kicking in because he's walking into shots.
Yeah, it's he's been known for that, not to have an extensive gas tank. This is a good opportunity for him to, sway the judges. I think 10 was pretty close. That's one of those
Yeah,
swing rounds where the judges are going to decide, did they like the aggression of Berlanga or did they like the counter shots?
yeah, I'm gonna have to put Quigley up in this round. But like because of the counter shots and everything, aggression can only take you so far. Oh, you landing the punches is all that matters. Quigley's landing punches, so he's they could take he's taking advantage of his aggression. But 11 and 12, this is championship rounds if this was for a belt, which is not for a belt. So
Now, no belts on the line as Canelo Alvarez has all of them. Let's see what the
but
judges. Unofficial scorecard by, who's that, Chris Mannix? 95, 93? For real? Damn. Not that his scorecard means shit.
yeah,
All right.
Belanga's trying to try to get a shot in, but I don't know. Quigley's got to win these 2 rounds. He's gonna have to start putting some serious work in now.
Yeah. All right. Well, we got Berlanga trying to land a snappy jab and Quigley countering with his own 1-2. It seems that when Berlanga closes the distance, he does well. He sets himself up to land a heavy shot, but man, Quigley is doing a decent job of keeping himself at the right distance using his jab to avoid the punishment he took early on in this fight. Thanks to everybody joining us. Make sure you hit that jab that like. I said hit that jab. Make sure you jab that like, and if you're not already subscribed to the Shoe Shine, you know Drew and I come on late Monday nights, usually after 7 p.m. West Coast time, to recap the sport of boxing. And there's another card, Drew. I'm curious if you know how J-Rock is doing in the Showtime main event. If anybody knows, man, let me know right here because I don't have a TV watching that one, but I do have it in the other room. I really wanted to know what was. There's a lot more at stake here in this fight because, quite honestly, Drew, I think the best fight at the zone at 168 now is going to be Edgar Berlanga versus Jaime Munguia.
Yeah.
Like you said, I don't know if we're going to get that soon, as they're probably going to want to keep Berlanga progressing and stepping up little by little his level of competition. Oh shit, he's definitely not ready for Jaime.
Nah.
And we always say, is Jaime ready for other people? But I don't.
Oh, that was a low blow.
Yeah, that's a low blow, guys. 24 seconds and ticking. He's going to have enough time to take. Basically, did they stop the clock? They just stopped the clock at 21 seconds. Hey, Edgar Berlanga looks like he could use this break too. That was a very close round, though. 11th round was another close round.
Yeah. Ooh.
Man, that didn't even didn't even look like he was trying to hit him in
Oh,
the
he will.
midsection.
He listened to you. Dave Quigley listened to you. Don't give him any time.
That's funny.
He's like this. You know what? Dave's a smart motherfucker. I should not. I should listen to him. Ooh, nice body shot.
Yeah, hey, actually now you see Berlanga is really trying to cut off the ring. And that's the 11th round. Another close round with Berlanga being the aggressor. Quigley fighting off the back foot, trying to time Berlanga. We're going into the 12th round. Not that Mannix's scorecard means anything, but Drew, but he had it maybe a round apart. So if you give this round to Quigley, the 11th, do you have it a
95.
draw?
It could be an even fight.
Man, that's hard to score a draw unless you conclusively win those swing rounds, and they're not conclusive. This is Edgar Berlanga's backyard. They're gonna favor his aggression. I would think they're gonna favor his aggression.
They may favor the aggression, but New York is really I don't know. They're iffy on certain shit. They score fights on depend on who judging. And plus, this is a 50-50 backyard fight because there's Irish shit now too.
Yeah, yeah, and I haven't. Oh shit! Quigley starts off the round by.
Oh, he did catch Belanga.
Did he?
Yeah, he caught Belanga coming back in.
The fight's getting dirty. What's going on here as the referee stops them?
He's warning Belanga now. Belanga is fighting dirty now.
Berlanga's being frustrated. He definitely hit really low in that last round. That was a shot that was clear as night and day. Way too low. All right, Berlanga looks to be trying to headhunt now. Cut off the ring.
This could be a mistake. This is a mistake. Quigley's going to have to exploit it. Don't get caught, but let him come in and nail him when he's coming in.
All right, it seems Chicano's got an issue with you saying this fight is kind of even.
I don't know why he has an issue because the dude let him back in the fight.
Yeah, we saw earlier tonight Kunowski got let back into the fight, but the Sicilian heavyweight pulled it off and got the stoppage against the ever so tough Kunowski. Is that his name, Kunowski? Kanaki. Why do I call him Kunowski? You know who was Kunowski? Was our old co-host. Kowalski. Our old co-host was a Kunowski. Whatever happened? Y'all don't know. What people don't know is that we had a third co-host, man. We had the Crab Daddy, Kunowski. That's why I keep saying it's Kanauki. Oh!
That might have just ended the fight.
Shit. 1 minute and 25 seconds left, guys. He's going to make it. He's going to get up, but man, it's going to be a tough minute. That just basically sealed the fight for Edgar Berlanga.
Yeah, he's clinching now.
Man, Quigley was doing a decent job getting back into the fight, but he just might get stopped right here with 1 minute.
This is over. Now he's trying to push him with the elbow too. Ooh. The only thing he hasn't tried to do that is bite him like he did the last guy.
Oh, that's right, guys. Jason Quigley takes a knee with 47 seconds left. Zero chance of winning this fight.
This fight's done.
Hey, he's got a lot of pride. The Pride Irishman. Can he finish this fight with 35 seconds left without being put on his ass, concussed? Shit. 4 knockdowns in this fight. Jason Quigley trying to use his full extension of his jab to keep Berlanga's heavy hands, man. Quigley definitely in survival mode. 19 seconds. Proud Irishman. His big Irish crowd. And he takes a huge right hand again by Berlanga. 10 seconds left as Quigley's doing his best job.
Quigley's going to have to do... Yeah, he should have caught... Hey, okay, but that's not going to do nothing.
Well, I just think Quigley's just doesn't have enough heavy hands. This may not be the right division for him as the fight comes to an end. A solid solid performance by Berlanga's heavy hands. I mean, I said that Quigley, had enough boxing skill if he can survive the 12th round, but to win some rounds, I didn't give him much of a chance of a complete upset. But look, it was a good fight, a fight where Edgar Berlanga had to learn some new stuff. Drew, a lot of respect being shown between the local Puerto Rican fighter and the Irishman. Split crowd. Drew, I'm sure of it, man. A huge Irish demographic in New York City. Shout out to JC. What up? What up? Quigley being raised. Not that he won, guys. I think it's a moral victory for him. Coming off a long layoff, getting back into the ring with someone known to have heavy hands, boxing quite nicely in some rounds. Embarrassing? What's embarrassing? You know what, guys? We're going to just talk really quickly because I think, can somebody let me know if the Showtime fight is still on? I do want to go watch that. If anybody wants to chime in and come in here using that link, they can come in here and give their opinion. Sure. I just want to see what the scorecards are. Is that Fat Joe? Man, how'd you guys have the fight? Rounds, pretty straightforward to me. I'm curious before this 12th round what the scorecards were going into the 12th round. I'm going to want to see the scorecard. Berlanga landed some nice shots in that 12th round. Clean. Jason Quigley had been on his bike after being dropped earlier twice in the fight. Really trying to avoid being hit with those heavy hands. And he did his best, but ultimately Berlanga caught up to him in that 12th and final round. Let's see who's here. Yeah, hey, ¿qué pasó? Chicano Prophet is in here with us. All right, I'm sure you have plenty of things to say to Drew as the scorecards are going to get read to us, man. Appreciate you coming on here.
Well, I do respect his upset. All right, I'm sure you hold on.
Okay, Chicano, mute the YouTube, and you'll be fine.
Well, I solved the one issue.
All right, he's going to probably join us back. Yeah, I think if you have the YouTube up, it feeds back, or maybe not. Drew doesn't have headphones on. That's our boy.
Nah, but I did solve an issue.
All right, are we good here?
Yeah, sorry about that, fellas.
Oh, no worries, man. Yeah, without headphones and all, it probably feeds back, man. But I appreciate you coming on. Al Chile's host is in here, Chicano Prophet. All right, man, you did a big thing today. Canelo Alvarez is going to PBC. Edgar Berlanga's dreams, I think, for now are temporarily shattered. Fighting Canelo Alvarez, the cash cow. Even then, bro, even if Canelo Alvarez was at still working with the zone, man, Edgar Berlanga, was that a good enough performance to say, oh, I deserve? No, he shakes his head.
No way, dude. You know what? Berlanga is food for anybody at the elite level. He doesn't know how to do anything but go forward, and it's kind of noble, but he doesn't know how to do anything else. So when he starts getting rocked, he still lurches forward. He would be food for somebody like Canelo, or even like a Ryder, or this guy, he's limited, bro. He's been boxing since he was 7. He's over here acting like he's a defending champion. They're putting a belt on him. He's a hype job, bro. He's been a hype job. It's just a matter of time before he gets exposed. He's already been exposed, but it's only a matter of time before he gets exposed at the elite level. Eddie Hearn's got a problem on his hands.
Drew, you think now that he's clearly got this victory, though, obviously we're probably, the three of us are in consensus, he's not ready for Canelo, maybe now or ever. But does Eddie Hearn have? Can he do something with him, man? Because Eddie Hearn clearly wanted to have a Puerto Rican, fan base in his stable.
Nah, he's not. He really just shown that he's inexperienced is going to prevent him from going anywhere against an elite fighter. Here's the thing: he's Eddie Hearn's Hyman here, but less skillful.
I think Hyman's come a long way, and now the two best fighters at 168, they let go of Bubu Andrade. I think those are the two best they got over there, man. So what do you do? Just find bottom tier opposition for both Jaime, drag up guys from 160, and hope they fight. Edgar Blanc is going to give a speech. Not sure what he's saying. What are you thinking, Chicano? Who do you see Edgar Berlanga fighting now that he's at Matchroom?
Well, I think he needs to fight Mungia. I think it's a natural fight to be made, and I think it would be a fight that people would pay attention to. Mexico versus Puerto Rico. It's still a good rivalry, even though the Puerto Ricans haven't been doing much. Let's be honest, they haven't been doing much for a long time. But that doesn't mean that I don't want to see it. And one of these guys needs to get a big win, and you just can't keep coddling Berlanga. He's already like 27, dude. Like he needs those big fights. I don't even know how you could like selectively move him around strategically. Like there's really nowhere for him to go. It's not his fault, but you know what? He was talking a lot of mess early on in his career, and now it just you could tell like it's starting to bug him that he's not getting those knockouts. I mean, the hype is gone, bro. Like I don't know. What do you think, Dave?
Yeah, Drew just joined us back, man. Well, I think tonight he showed that he's actually improving. But he's still so far removed from the upper echelon of the division. And now Canelo goes over to PBC, and I could just think of, the amazing stable they've got over at PBC. I've got to put Jaime Munguia, theoretically, I got to put him way down there, like number 5 at 168, potentially. I don't know if he won that Derevchenko fight. Honestly, I don't know. Like Derevchenko, I think would have beaten Berlanga tonight. Yeah, Drew, you think Derevchenko could stop Berlanga with his work rate? Drew's trying to figure out his mic. I think he hooked up the laptop now. But hey, Chicano, I'm thinking Derevchenko put on quite the performance for a 37-year-old man. You're talking about age. He could give problems to Edgar Berlanga.
You know what? That's actually a really good fight. I didn't consider that. That would be a step up for Berlanga, another one. And it's a fight that you can justify because everybody thinks Derevchenko doesn't get a fair shake ever, right? But I think you're right. I think Derevchenko might be too much of a test for Berlanga. So I think that would be a great matchup. And hell, throw it in New York. I mean, Berlanga, at the very least, he could bring in a crowd in, and that's worth something in boxing right now.
Oh, absolutely. Drew, are you back on here? Can you hear us? No, you can't hear us.
Well, his countryman lost, and he got the upset pick wrong. But, I liked the upset pick. Drew convinced me to put a little scratch, a little Skrilla, a little taste.
Yeah, I saw the Quigley odds. It paid damn nice, man. I'll be honest. He sent me that the DraftKings link for that. But
Dude, yeah.
The thing is now I live so close to the casino. I don't need to go to DraftKings. I could just go down about a mile and post my bet.
Nice. For the record, so I had a sign-on bonus because Drew gave me a link, so we both got bonus. So I was using play money, like it was house money. I didn't use any money from my own pocket.
Good.
For this bet. That's all.
Drew, did you use house money, or how much did you lose?
I only lost $30 tonight.
30 bucks. It would have paid. It would have paid nice. I can see the argument for thinking Berlanga could lose or be outboxed, but. It's just too much for Quigley tonight. The long inactivity, his chin being very questionable, now being dropped by Bubo Andrade, stopped by him, and being down on the floor a total of 4 times. Berlanga's talking shit, guys. I don't know. I have a clue what he's saying. Is he asking to fight Canelo? Oh, here's Eddie Hearn. Can you guys hear his audio? Eddie Hearn is going to do his best job to promote the guy.
I'm checking it out right now.
Belanga. JC Bernalgas. I could just imagine what Eddie Hearn was saying.
All right, so it looked like they were talking about Triple G, Munguia, Billy Joe Saunders. Those are the types of opponents that this guy's going to be facing, moving forward. Line them up, Eddie Hearn says. So we'll see.
Line them up. Well, okay, all 3 of them. You've got Gennady Golovkin, who clearly is over the hill at 40 years old, but still a huge name. He can't throw the number of punches he used to throw. Then you got Billy Joe Saunders, Drew, whose eye socket was surgically repaired, suffering of some very serious orbital bone injuries. And Jaime Munguia, probably last.
They all beat Belanga. Even though
Oh
he's at
yeah,
40 years old, he still Triple G still beats the balls off Belanga.
Shit,
right.
I was just thinking they don't have anybody, but I did forget that Gennady Golovkin hasn't officially retired, or has he? It's like,
They got Daniel Jacobs.
oh man, come on, Daniel. Yeah, they didn't mention Daniel Jacobs.
But he doesn't beat Daniel Jacobs. This is a really hard to match him up because if you're trying to make money off of him, when letting him fight somewhat top names, he's not going to be able to beat him.
Yeah, Mad Dog H, shout out to you. He says Pacheco. Pacheco is that tall, lanky Mexican American kid. He's got some heavy hands, and even though he's a prospect and his name is nowhere near, he doesn't have the name nor notoriety that Edgar Berlanga has. That's a dangerous kid, man. That's a kid that's ready for a big opportunity, Pacheco. And I'll have to agree with you that Pacheco beats Berlanga if doesn't stop him. I think he's, Berlanga's chin. Chicano, you pointed it out, man. You got to test it. He held up to those shots from Quigley, a much smaller guy, though. But in Pacheco, this guy's like 6'3". So there's some other names out there. We brought up Derevchenko. Didn't seem that Eddie Hearn had even wanted to say that name. Or a guy like Pacheco, right? Yeah, they don't want to go that route. Does anybody in the chat know what's going on at Showtime? Is that fight over? Chicano, do you have Showtime?
I do, man, but I was just watching Berlanga. I mean, and it's not like I'm a fan. I was just, I want to see him lose, so that's why I'm watching. I'm hate watching the dude. I'm waiting for him to get exposed, and just get put on his ass, because it could happen. But I was more interested in that than I was in the Showtime fight.
Yeah, the Armory is a nice venue, man, and they always sell it out. There seems to be a really good energy over there too.
For sure.
Over at the Armory, and David Morrell, that's his home. David Morrell, who we've all been wondering what's going to happen with David Morrell and David Benavidez. They exchanged a lot of words this week. I thought, when I saw David Morrell talking all that shit, I didn't know it was translated. I thought, oh my God, he learned to speak English. He's talking shit like that in English now. Then I saw the original statement was in Spanish and it was translated for him. But he did talk a gang load of shit. Here you guys were just talking about Pacheco will be fighting July 7th, which is just like in a few weeks. Baumgartner coming back July 15th. Damn. July 15th, I am going to be at the Cosmopolitan Chicano to see Nonito Donaire fight the co-main. He's a co-main, and he's fighting for a title one last time.
Dude, good for you, man. I've been a big fan of. Well, I wouldn't say a huge fan, but I've always respected him. Had the opportunity to meet him once. He was a super, super classy, nice guy. And man, he had an era, and it's impressive what he's doing. Like his longevity is quite impressive. And
It is.
hell, if I was you, like I mean, and I said this about it if I was living near Carson too. Like if I was near Carson or near Vegas, I'd be doing what you're doing, man. Like I'd be going to those fights, man. Like that's great opportunity and. To see some live action. Are you going to do it with credentials, or are you going to go see it with the old lady, or what?
Oh, no, we got a whole gang of us is going as a group. No credentials, just going as a group, man, because with those smaller fights, it's a steal, dude, and you're like sitting ringside for a steal. I won't even tell you. So it's great. We'll be checking that fight out. Frank Martin is the main event, and it's interesting you say now that I live in Vegas, but bro, I was just saying the story that last night my friend who's a big-time YouTuber out here in Las Vegas, he doesn't do boxing, he's just a YouTuber. He was thrown out of the TMT gym by Raleigh. He snuck into the TMT gym to film, for his audience. And he was right up the watching and filming Raleigh, who was training for that championship fight with Barroso, or I forget his name, the 40-year-old Venezuelan. Mm-hmm. And when Raleigh caught wind that there was a guy in there unauthorized filming him, he throws him out. Well, last night, he's my friend's downtown on Fremont Street, as he does live stream from Fremont Street Experience every Friday. And Raleigh Romero is dancing where he live streams from this dance area. And he saw my friend's mariachi hat, because my friend dresses as a charro every Friday. And Raleigh grabbed the charro hat, put it on his head, and gave his camera a show for at least 2 or 3 minutes dancing on my friend's YouTube channel. And not recognizing that this was the exact same guy that he called the jerk off and told to go kick rocks and don't ever come back in TMT gym without authorization. I mean, like, dude, that shit was hilarious to me. I'm like, and I just kept thinking about I was thinking about what Adrian Broner called him. Like, damn, you didn't put two and two together. But if you catch Raleigh, in Vegas, man, he's a cool dude. He's just out there having a good time living his life as a world champion, young world champion out here. So shout out to him and all that. Shout out to D-Style for coming up in here. I appreciate you. We're just about to end this stream. It's the Caleb Smith curse for Berlanga continues. And then he says, Berlanga said he'd knock out Smith in under 4 rounds. Now he can't get a stoppage to save his life. Yeah, and this, he's moving up in weight, man. I don't know where this guy Quigley goes. I don't even think he's appropriate for 168, Chicano. You think so?
Well, I'll tell you what, man. Like, I didn't care for his style at all. I don't think he's built for 168. If he wants to keep boxing, he's going to have to fight at the lower level. I personally didn't think this fight was all that close. I don't like this. I mean, Mora called it a European style, but this whole like backing up, kind of waiting to counter punch type thing, but not slick. Just kind of like this lumbering back foot type, John L. Sullivan wannabes type style. I don't know. Maybe I'm ranting, but I don't care much for his style. It's not entertaining.
When you say European style, like I'm thinking of Sandor Martin, who is slick.
Exactly. I mean, that's the thing. So it's like it's not the right word. But but Sandor Martin's Spanish. He's got a little bit of that Latin flavor, Dave. That's a little different.
The zone is wrapping up, Drew, and that might be Drew Evo's favorite female boxer, Elysium Baumgartner, on the mic. Drew, she'll be fighting in July. Are you watching still, Drew?
Yeah, I'm watching this, unfortunately. Man, it was not a good showing. It just wasn't. Yeah, he got 4 knockdowns. One was questionable, but more flaws came out than positives in this fight. And because a better fighter would have destroyed him.
Yeah.
This was not the Jason Quigley that fought Shane Mosley Jr. and everything. Because I really think if this was the Jason Quigley that fought Shane Mosley Jr., he would have won this. That one would have won this fight. But Belanga, this is a really hard thing to do, is match him up. Because Eddie Hearn now has the task that Top Rank could not put up with anymore. Trying to match him up with the right fight to make sure he's able to win it and he's able to look good doing it. Because he did not look that good doing it. And he failed to impress again. Like, Eddie Hearn is now found out why Top Rank let him go.
Oh man, I can't wait till Monday night show, guys. If you guys don't know, we broadcast every Monday night or after 7:00. There's a large amount of people in here, including Chicano Prophet, who does a wonderful job on Al Chile. I'll be looking forward to your takes on this weekend's activities. I'm excited to see this Ioka Franco fight. I did not get to see it. Drew, did you get to see it? Did you get to see it, Chicano?
Dude, I don't even know the result. What happened, dude?
Ioka won.
Yeah, Franco lost, I think, 8 rounds to 4. Was a majority draw. It did not look good. Of course, if you guys didn't hear, he lost his title, right? He lost his title. He wasn't eligible to fight for it. He lost it on the scale, 6 to 7 pounds. Ioka's styled on him. Yeah, I can't wait to see please, somebody send me the link to that one, because I definitely want to talk about that. But I'm disappointed in Joshua Franco, the brother of Bam Rodriguez, losing his title on the scales. Or I think he lost his title on the scales. Not just by a little bit, bro, but like he blew going. Somebody said they thought he was fighting Stephen Fulton.
I don't know. It was funny as hell with some of the shit that I heard, but this dude clearly lost this fight. I heard someone was telling me he clearly lost the fight.
Yeah, we did a great job on the roundtable talking about it this week. I think for sure D-Style and I, maybe Beeb, and I'm not sure who else, if I can remember, but I thought that Ioka would have picked up on all these nuances in a close draw. Actually, I didn't think he won even a draw, but I thought he would have done enough from his experience to figure it out and definitely win conclusively, and he did. So I'm excited. If you guys want to send me on IG at at shoeshine_boxing. Send me a link to that fight because I want to talk about that this Monday. I'm going to go watch on DVR that fight between J-Rock from Philadelphia right now, Drew, because I'm interested in that Carlos Adames J-Rock fight. The undercard has been announced for Spence versus Bud. I know that Jesus Ramos Jr. is fighting someone I'm not aware of, and just it seems to be like that card is the undercard is getting, battered on social media as not being good, but which is always the case, right, Chicano? When you have a very expensive main event.
That's right. And speaking of which, my homies from Off the Ropes, Georgie and Julian, they know Jesus Ramos
Yeah,
well.
Arizona.
So yeah, dude. So they're gonna get the interview, and I'm gonna try to
Good.
link up on all that. So yeah, look out for that, fellas.
Definitely. I'd love to talk to him again too, locally. That's what I think for this fight coming up. If you want to hook me up with him again, I'd like to go interview him down there during press week because it's going to be lit. It's going to be hot as shit, and it's going to be lit in Vegas for that fight. And I told Drew, I was telling Drew that I did get comped the Sinisa Estrada tickets for Top Rank, which is the night before. And Drew said that if I could get him a date with Sinisa Estrada, he would come to Vegas.
See, I did it right, Chicano.
Maybe it'll happen.
So there's hope for Drew. All right, guys, I appreciate you, man. Chicano, don't miss Al Chile. Make sure you follow him on YouTube. Drew and I will be back on Monday night. I want everybody to take care and have a great Saturday night. We'll see you guys next Monday. Thanks to everybody who joined us tonight for this impromptu watch party, man. Drew, I'll catch you on Monday, homie. All right, later, Drew. Peace out, everybody.